Why should you lift sanctions imposed on Niger Republic? FFK sends strong message to Tinubu. Former Aviation Minister Femi Fani-Kayode on Saturday, August 26th, said the sanctions by the Nigerian President Bola Tinubu on a coup-hit Niger Republic are taking a toll on the population. According to Fani-Kayode, the price of goods is rising, residents are unable to easily access cash, and people are living in the dark. The Abuja-based APC chieftain also said there are mounting concerns that Nigeria's sanctions and policies will gravely impact the health system in Niger, particularly the ability to keep some 28 million vaccine doses in the country cold. He therefore called on President Tinubu, who is currently the chairman of ECOWAS, to allow us, Nigeria, continue to supply electricity to Niger. A lengthy post he published on his verified X Twitter handle partly reads, although there were power cuts before the sanctions, they usually lasted a few hours, but now the cuts are much longer, sometimes up to 18 hours a day, said Savvy. UNICEF only has enough money until the end of August and is appealing to donors for emergency funds, he said. How can we as a nation inflict such damage and unleash such wickedness and misfortune on innocent people who live just across the border from us and who are essentially our people too? This is unacceptable, especially so given the fact that we are not at war with Niger and the overwhelming majority of our people regard them as our brothers. This begs this question, or the question, is this the way to treat our African neighbors and brothers even whilst we lay claim? Honestly, I just can't finish reading this, because reading this is just like, except you want to torture Nigeria, that's basically what this is. So continue reading FFK's, I don't know what to call it, if it's crafty, I don't know what to call it, but to hear any Nigerian politician talk about caring for the masses of our neighboring country, you have not finished your own first. And don't get me wrong, yes, Tinubu being the chairman of ECOWAS and being part of West African, the ECOWAS, and being part of West Africa, and the morality and ethical side of, okay, these are your neighbors. Of course, it's not an argument. We're not all stupid to know that, of course, it is the right thing to care for your, neighboring countries. But to then use electricity, power cuts, medicine, essential things that are needed in the country, which has been seen as insufficient. Oh, we don't have light, we don't have this. Then to hear that you are supplying another country with it, but you go as far as to care for the lack of electricity and the impact of these innocent people. I don't get it. Do they not have a president and economy and all that? If you're supplying them electricity, are you doing it for free? Because this one that they're acting like as if Niger was a long lost brother that they adopted and have been taken care of, whilst your own home is not the best. But I think the triggering point in all that he said is the sentimental factor of considering the effect on the people. Like, oh wow, you actually have capacity to think of how people are affected. That is very strange. I mean, it's very uncommon, and this is incredibly triggering to Nigerians who feel that they have to shout and feel that they have to really cause a problem and be very loud for their own country, politicians and all that to listen and do the right thing. Wow. So FFK is now a defender of the North and Niger. That's what someone has said. I think Femi made some valid points, but we all know that he usually speaks from both sides of his mouth. I think, to be fair, I really don't understand the reasoning as to why there are sanctions on it seems very. I mean, it's basically like diplomatic or political bullying because, okay, I get it. Them having a military regime, you know, is sort of from the whole of West Africa. I think they may be the only ones, but it's just I don't understand. Like, it's so confusing because I've now searched it up and ECOWAS has imposed sanctions on Niger Republic as part of measures to restore constitutional democracy. It's like, okay, we'll impose sanctions and make it hard for your economy, shrink your economy, da 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 da. So then we bully you into accepting what we want and how we want you to lead. Excuse me. Obviously, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying a military regime is the absolute best, especially for the people who, to be fair, have regarded this as a positive change. It's very crazy because, again, the backstory as to how this military coup was planned and everything, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. But again, if anybody comes to the people with the notion and parading, oh, I'm about to set you free, we're tired of this injustice, you're going to live a better life, it's very easy to get people on your side. And I think, to be fair, that's a whole different conversation as to how the people are also kind of in support of this military regime. But yes, coming back to FFK, it's just a thing where it's like, they never fail to really trigger Nigerians, do they? But what I think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.